We are building up to the big one this weekend as the Hoops are set to take on Rangers at Paradise. In today's video, as always, we will go over all the latest Celtic news from the last 24 hours. There is so much to cover in today's video. And hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Before we do get into today's video, as always, make sure you do drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel for more Celtic content. Celtic are ready in themselves for a battle against Rangers this weekend that could potentially put Brendan Rodgers' side on the brink of being champions. With 3 Scottish Premiership matches left to play, the Hoops hold a 3-point advantage over Philippe Clement's outfit and a superior goal difference compared to their rivals. 31 goals in the last 10 matches across all competitions for Celtic have shown this side's ability to thrive under pressure. Nevertheless, Rodgers' men know they need to summon the strength to prevail on Saturday in front of an expectant home supporters. Truthfully, there isn't much in the way of selection dilemmas for the Irishman to mull over, should his clean bill of health persist. Regardless, details concerning player availability are set to become apparent in this press conference later this week. Last weekend, Daizen Maeda returned from a hamstring injury that was initially set to rule him out for the season against Hearts, completing 2 dribbles, winning 2 tackles, and coming out on top in 4 duels despite only being on the pitch for 18 minutes. Notoriously, the Japan international's unique pressing style and commitment to shut down the opposition has the potential to wreak havoc in the Glasgow Derby, something James Tavernier can attest to amid the former's opening goal in the last meeting between the two sides at Ibrox. Maeda earned the tag King of the Lost Cause from Rodgers following his exploits in Govan last month, as his hard work resulted in a freak goal to hand Celtic the advantage, silencing the home crowd. Speaking to Sky Sports Scotland, former Hoops defender Charlie Mulgrew thinks if the 26-year-old is fit to start against Rangers, his presence could give his old side a great lift, due to the intensity he can supply to proceedings when at full throttle. Mulgrew stated, "I think the start at Ibrox just sums up Maeda as a player. He brings a real intensity with his press. I think him being back is a great lift. Whether he starts on the bench and comes on later, or whether he starts the game, which you can imagine he would, he brings that intensity, presses the game up high and brings the energy for Celtic. When the first line presses that high, the rest of the midfield and the defence push a high line as well, so I imagine he'll start the game, and he's somebody that will bring a lot to Celtic, somebody they'll look to have started on that left hand side and dealing with Tavernier because he's a real threat on that right side." Granted, nobody wants to rush players back from injury, however this is crunch time in the context of the season, and Celtic need Maeda in the starting lineup to stifle any Rangers momentum from deep. Of course, his instinctual nature also put forward a compelling threat at the other end, evidenced by his 9 goals and 3 assists in 33 appearances this term. Maeda is a critical player for Celtic who thrives off chaos, something you would back him to create if he is selected on either flank this Saturday. Just a quick one, boys and girls, to tell you that we have a new drop available on our website. We have the Brendan Rodgers Pope tee along with the Celtic Ultra t-shirts. Do browse the collection by going down to the link in the description or going to celticapparel.com. Anyway, let's get back into today's video. Celtic is reportedly set to offload defender Adam Montgomery, as the club is now open to offers for him in the upcoming transfer window. This decision comes after a challenging period for the player, who has spent the last few seasons on loan and battled injury setbacks. Initially, Montgomery showed promise during Ange Postecoglou's first season at Celtic, benefiting from his versatility by filling in as both a left-back and a more advanced winger. He'll probably be best remembered for the composure he showed in setting up Jota's winner against Aberdeen for Celtic's first away win under the Aussie boss. According to Football Insider, Celtic has decided that Montgomery does not fit into the club's long-term strategy. This marks a significant shift away from the previous hopes that Montgomery might develop into a staple within the first team. Montgomery's potential departure this summer will add to the growing list of academy talents who have struggled to establish themselves permanently in the Celtic senior squad. This pattern highlights a broader issue within the club's strategy for nurturing and integrating young players into the main team, suggesting that a re-evaluation of developmental pathways or support structures might be necessary. Spanish football journalist, pundit and author Balug has confirmed he will be attending his first ever Glasgow Derby on Saturday when Celtic take on Rangers in their final league showdown of the season. Known for his contributions to top media outlets such as CBS, BBC Radio 5 Live, ITV and La Liga TV. With over 2 decades of experience, he gained prominence at Sky Sports where he became a fixture in their coverage of La Liga. Blake has amassed a substantial following of over 1 million on Twitter and established his presence across multiple platforms, including YouTube and podcasting. Celtic Park will take centre stage for his social media on Saturday. He was last at Celtic Park for a Champions League tie last season when Real Madrid took on Celtic under Ange Postecoglou. And what he wants to know is there a good place for music for after the game? I wonder if he would fancy the Barrowland. The game will be watched far and wide with tickets for the game gold dust at this point. This will be the final Glasgow Derby with only home fans. Celtic managed to get their wish and have a much more substantial away fan agreement which kicks in next season. The game itself could virtually see Celtic win the league if they grab 3 points. A draw would keep them in the driver's seat, and a defeat would make the last 2 games not just about winning, but winning well due to goal difference. We hope Blake is surrounded by 60,000 happy Celts at full time. Celtic defender Liam Scales has highlighted the role of the fans in boosting the team's performance, particularly in high-stakes environment leading up to the decisive Glasgow Derby against Rangers this Saturday at Celtic Park. With just 3 points separating Celtic from their second-place rivals, the upcoming match could be instrumental in paving the way for Celtic to clinch the championship. Scales, who has been a regular part of the squad throughout the season, especially amid early injury challenges, spoke about the unique atmosphere Celtic fans create, which has become a significant advantage for the team. Just last week against Hearts, the atmosphere felt like it had gone up a level and was one of the best it had been in a long time. Liam Scales said, "I think there was a spell mid-season when we struggled to create a lot of changes at home, and it was definitely a bit nervous. We could feel it in the atmosphere as well. The fans have been brilliant though, home and away. Sometimes we go away and it still feels like a home game. It's definitely switched a bit at home in recent times. They have really bought into it and they have been right behind us. It's more about us being exciting to watch and showing them what we're all about. You can definitely feed off the atmosphere. The energy dictates how the players are going to play. You know if you're doing the right things, they will be right there with you. It's been great. There have been times this season I felt that energy. There's been some tackles that have felt like scoring goals. You come away feeling really good. It just gives you that buzz and belief to keep going." The sold-out Parkhead crowd will be right behind the team on Saturday, knowing that a win could see Celtic with one hand on the league trophy. Celtic fans, what do you make of what we discussed in today's video, in particular Adam Montgomery leaving the club? Let us know down in the comment section below. That brings us to the end of today's video. As always, make sure you do drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel for more Celtic content. Thank you, take care, bye bye.